Deb here with Creative Life. Thanks for joining me today, and I hope you all are having a fantastic weekend. So today is Saturday, and I am creating a theater card. So I needed a quick card for someone, and so I thought I would use this super beautiful little Stamperia Circle of Love by Joanna Rivero. And oh my gosh, so cute, you guys. It is so cute. It has beautiful watercolor sceneries, and I know it's been out for a while. I actually purchased this from Rosa's shop. It was a kit, and then she sends you some flowers, and she sends you all of the chipboard pieces that go along with this. I don't know if it is still in her shop or not, but yeah, so I will put her link down below for you. But this is so stinking cute. And but for this theater card, if you've never made one, now there's tons of tutorials on YouTube, so but I needed a quick card, and so I thought I would use this one. And let me grab this. Mine is kind of need to put the arms back in, and I will show you that in just a second. When I get the arms back in. The arms are not going in. Okay, here we go. Okay. I think I made them a little shorter, so they're kind of like hidden right here. But here is the card. Okay, if you've never seen one, it opens up like this, you guys. Oh my gosh, it is so stinking cute. Absolutely love it. So we're going to be attempting this one today. And so yeah, so this one I actually made with the paper pad from scrapbook.com. It is the Paper Boutique Summer, what is it called? Summer Sunshine. And it's this one right here. So pretty, you guys. I absolutely love that one too. So, so anyway, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you guys how to make it. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, y'all. So to create this card, we're going to need 4 pieces that are 4 1/4 by 6. Okay, so you need 4 pieces of those, all right? And then later on, if you want to, you can go ahead and cut out 4 pieces, or I'm sorry, 3 pieces that are 2 7/8 by 4. Now, I'm actually going to cut those pieces out with my design paper, and I'm going to be using, I think I'm going to use this design paper. I'm not quite sure yet, haven't decided. And then you're going to need 2 pieces that are 1 by 5 1/8. So 2 pieces that are 1 by 5 1/8. Okay, so that's what you're going to need. And I'm going to write these down so that way y'all can see it real quick. So 2 pieces that are 1 by 5 1/8. Okay, so 2 of those. You're going to need 4 pieces that are 4 1/8 by 6. Okay, and then depending on, like, that's what I did here, is I went ahead and cut these, this piece, and then the inside piece right here where it says best wishes. That is your 2 7/8 by 4 inch piece. Okay, so that's what those are. So they're basically just the matting, and so that's what I'm going to be doing. So I will cut, and I'm going to, so, and I haven't cut them down yet, but you'll need 3 pieces that are 2 7/8 by 4. So 2 7/8 by 4. Okay, so that's what you're going to need. And we are going to score. So let's go ahead and grab our scoreboard. Okay, so now what we're going to do is you're going to take 2 of your panels, okay, and you are going to score these, and you are going to score it at 3 inches, okay, because we cut it at 6 inches, all right, you're going to score it at half. So you're going to score it half here. All right, and then you go, and then you need to score it at 1 1/2. So we're going to go ahead and score it like it's half and then half again. So is how one of the tutorials described it, and which was a perfect analogy. I totally understood what she was talking about, and it made it so easy. So yeah, so, and There we go. So yeah, so you're going to be have one at 1.5 and then at 3. Okay, so there we go. So now what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and fold. Okay, fold it in half. Okay, and then fold the bottom flap up. All right, so now you have something like a Z fold like this. All right, and then you're going to go ahead and you are going to just varnish those down. All right, like that. All right, so now we're on to the next step. Okay, so once you fold your cards, you're going to go ahead and fold this one over again. I forgot. So you're going to need it it's going to kind of look like a box, like this, like a little C, okay, like a C. Okay, and what we're going to do is you are going to place this edge along this edge. So again, you're going to grab one of your 4.25 or 4.125 by 6-inch pieces, and you're going to place that right on the edge there, just like that. So that way, see how that comes to the middle part? Okay, there we go, just like that. All right, just like that. All right. Alrighty, so now we can go ahead and we can lay those down. Okay, again, you're going to come up right at the edge of that card. Okay, bring that right up to the edge there. All right, just like that. And there we go. Okay, and so there we go. So that is how that is going to look. Now, you're going to those 2 7/8 by 4-inch panels, that's where these go. Now, if you wanted to, you could definitely panel the sides as well, and that's what I did with this card here. I went ahead and paneled the sides, the inside, I paneled the whole thing. And you can definitely do the back too. I did the back here, but I didn't finish the rest of it. So yeah, so then it just slides out, and it slides in our little sleeves right here, our little brackets. Okay, just like that. All right, how cute is that? Oh my gosh, it's so cute. So there we go. So now we are almost done, you guys. Really, seriously, we're almost done. Okay, besides putting on the pattern paper. Okay, so now what you're going to do is we're going to focus on the other panel. So the top panel, your last 4 1/8 by 6 panel. And I'm going to bring my camera in just a bit so you guys can see. Okay, and there we go. So what we're going to do, and I need to close my shades because I think that the sun, there we go. Yeah, the sun is kind of blinding it a little bit. There we go. So now what you're going to do is now for me, it's easier to do it this way. I'm going to attach my pattern paper on top of here. Okay, so I'm going to grab my pattern paper, and the one I'm going to use is I decided to go ahead and just use this yellow one. Okay, and I'm going to set it right on here. Now, if you wanted a border, you could definitely do a border. So I might just go ahead and cut this down. I think I have one that's kind of cut down already. But I think this is too, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and cut this one down. Okay, and I'm going to just leave about 1/8 of an inch or 1/4 of an inch border around here. And then you can grab a die. Okay, so you'll need a die. And the one that I used on my birthday card, I just used this one here. Okay, now you can use whatever one you want. You can use a circle, you can use fancy die, you can use an oval, whatever you would like to do. And but I thought I might go ahead and use this one again. I'm not quite sure. So I'm going to think about that for a second. I'm going to go ahead and cut this down, attach it, and then cut out my the top layer part. So after you place your design paper on top, you're going to grab your die. You're going to place it right in the middle part, okay? And that's going to be your little window, all right? So that's what you're going to do, and that's what I'm going to do, and I'll be right back. Okay, so there is my front panel, and my front panel will just go on top of here just like this, okay? So it's going to sit right on top of those two, just like that, okay? And before you can go ahead and glue your panels on before you add the top panel, or after. To me, it was easier to do it before I put everything on. So I went ahead and cut everything out, and I'm just going to go ahead and put these on right now, okay? And let's see here, and then I cut out some panels for him through here, I think, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and put those on. Okay, you guys, so I went ahead and finished my panels. I went ahead and stuck them on the inside. I didn't do the outside, but yeah, so I did the inside. So now we're going to go ahead and we are going to place this on top. Now you're going to place all of this together just like this, okay? And then you're going to grab your little 1 by 5 1/8 inch strips, okay? So these strips, okay? And you're going to place them over like this, right in the middle, okay? So right in the middle part, and you're just going to bend those tabs over, just like that. Okay, so that's one. All right, so we're going to go ahead with that. Flip it over. Okay, make sure everything's together. Okay, just like that. Scoot it over just in the middle part and bend them over. Okay, and then just kind of squeeze it with your, your fingers together. Okay, so it just kind of gets that bend, just like this. Next, you're going to go ahead and we're just going to go ahead and kind of bend them in just a bit more. All right, like that. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to flip this piece over. All right, so before you decide, oh, I guess it doesn't really matter. So, okay. So now we're going to kind of flip this piece over, and you're going to go ahead and place glue on the edges of this, okay? And what we're going to do is you are going to go ahead and just place those folds right on the upper edge of the card, okay? So you're going to make sure it's right on the upper edge there, okay? Just like that, all right? Now you don't want it tight, okay? So you do want it loose. You're going to open this up, and just going to go ahead and burnish that in, just like that. Grab this other piece, okay, right down here. And what you're going to do is you're going to bring that over and just put that edge right on the other. So you're going to have it bowed, okay, just like that. All right. Whoop. So it is going to bow, okay. You don't want it tight. And you're just going to grab your bone folder or whatever, squeeze that in there. Okay, just like that. Okay, so you're just going to bring that fold right to the edge there. And I'm just kind of scooting mine over. Alrighty, just like that. Okay, so you're going to have it bowed. Okay, you don't want it tight. If you have it tight, it won't slide, just to let you know from experience there. So, because I did that and it didn't work. So, yeah. Again, we're just going to go ahead and bring that up, just like that. Okay, and and you're just going to bring that up to that card. Just kind of squeezing that in there. If you hear my dog, oh my goodness, she is at the door whining. She wants in. She is, Mom, let me in. Mom, let me in. Okay, so now we've got this piece, okay? And now you can decorate your card however you want because we've got it all done. So now these should just slide in there. Okay, notice how I say should slide in there. Okay, just like that. Okay, they should just slide right in the back with those little hoops there. Okay, this is such a fun card, you all. Okay, we have one more thing to do. I'll share with you in just a minute. So there we go. So there is our card. And then you're just going to open it up like this. So it should slide in. Now, if it doesn't slide in, check. Sometimes, like I know me, you cut crooked, or maybe the paper is crooked or something, or you have like a little excess on the edges. Definitely cut those off. Okay, you can cut it off and fit it around there. So that's how that should go. Now, one more thing you're going to need is you're going to need a little circle punch. Now, I'm using a 1-inch circle punch, okay, just like that, okay? And what we're going to do is we're just going to bring this over, slide this through, and I just do it like a half, like a little bit right there, right in the middle. That way you can grab your little ends there and just want to make sure it's even. There we go. And look, you guys, oh my gosh, so now you can grab your card just like that and pull it open. And you have your sentiment or whatever you would like in there. See, like this one is kind of a little tight. I don't know what's going on there. I think it's the glue. Something's going on there. So I will definitely look at that. I'm just kind of maybe that'll help. Okay, so there we go. I might have to make my little holes a little bit deeper, but there you go. So that is the gist. I'm going to go ahead and take this out, and I'm going to cut my circles a little bit more. So I'm going to cut my circle just a little bit more. Oh my goodness. Just like that. Okay. And then if I wanted to, I could grab my little ink and just kind of ink around there, just so it's uniform. There we go, just like that. Okay, and then I can stick this back in here. But before I do that, I want to go ahead and I'm going to stick my little sentiment inside. and stuff. And yeah, so I'm going to put the link down below where I got this tutorial from, because she did something really cool, and she added like a little bracket on the inside and like to have pop-up stuff, and I thought it was like really cool. I'm not going to do that with mine. So, but I just thought that way you have another variation of what she created. So yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'm going to come back. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward as I'm doing this, and then I will be right back. Okay, you guys, so here is my finished card, and I thought that I had the recorder on when I did some other final touch-ups and everything. I ended up using this little chipboard dog and the love with the paw print on it, and it says, "You left paw prints on my heart." And then the little butterflies on here, and then our little theater card just opens up like this, and there is a picture of my good crafty friend Tiffany McGill over at Crafting Like a Boss YouTube channel. And yeah, I went ahead and made this card for her because she recently lost her little baby, Paddington. And I just felt like, you know, reaching out to her, and it just tore at my heart, because you know, we've all have lost pets, you know, and everything, and he is such a sweetie. And so I just thought, you know, that might cheer up her day. And so I went ahead and made her this little card, and she can place it on a mantle or dresser, or maybe her desk at work or something. So yeah, I hope she likes it, and I really enjoyed making it for her. So anyway, I went ahead and I did paper the back. I went ahead and put some strips down on the little mechanism right here. And then I went ahead and papered right in through here. I signed the back. And yeah, so it's all finished up and ready to go. So I hope that y'all like this short tutorial. I will put the link to the lady that I got the tutorial from. Her name is Ann Melvin, and I'm sure she's super popular, y'all, so I'm sure y'all probably heard of her. So but she does something really cool that's different with her theater card that I think is really fun, and I want to give it a try, but I just didn't do it at this time. So anyway, thank you all so much for joining me. Take care, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.